Here's what's making news now around Indiana. Well, the Indiana Economic Development Corporation has certified Marshall County as a broadband-ready community. The state says the designation means county and city governments have been working together, taking steps to reduce barriers that may prevent telecommunications companies from making an investment. Also, the city of Plymouth, the county seat of Marshall County, was named the 2019 Community of the Year by the Indiana Chamber of Commerce, citing collaborative partnerships and economic development projects. Wisconsin-based startup Accelerator Generator is named Sarah Aubrey, Program Director of GBETA Fort Wayne, which is currently accepting applications for startups to participate in its spring program. Aubrey previously worked in higher education and arts administration. The Startup Accelerator works in partnership with the IEDC and City of Fort Wayne Summit City Entrepreneur and Enterprise District, and will lead 2 programs with 5 local companies that are accepted per cohort. And Evansville-based Quarion Technology says it has raised $700,000 from several investors, including Elevate Ventures. The company has hired 2 employees and will also increase marketing for its real-time location system that tracks forklifts. A partnership between Elevate Ventures and the Economic Development Coalition of Southwest Indiana supporting Quarion with a long-term goal of developing infrastructure in Southwest Indiana. Well, more than 900 community leaders gathered in Indianapolis this week to celebrate the city's top tourism wins of 2019 and to honor one very special Hoosier. Our Mary Rachel Redmond was there and has details.
Oh, Indiana is the place where I should be.
And increasingly, Indianapolis is the place to be as the city continues to gain national attention as a top destination for conventions, major sporting events, and more. Something Visit Indy CEO Leonard knows better than anyone.
We had a great year. We've booked 840,000 or more room nights for 6 years in a row, and we sold more hotel rooms in central Indiana than any other year. So right off the bat, those are huge numbers. And that ultimately correlates to the most visitor spending ever, the most total visitors. But we also have these big conventions coming to town in the future, American Dental Association, American Society of Association Executives. The future is really bright for Indianapolis.
And under the bright lights of the Madam Walker stage, Indy's own David Letterman, on hand to receive Indy's highest tourism honor, and the former Late Show host still seemingly impressed with his hometown.
I've led a very lucky life. Being from Indianapolis has always been great, always something to be proud of. When I left Indianapolis in '75, I knew the city, east, west, north, south, and it was part of me. It's part of your DNA, part of your internal guidance system. You could go anywhere. And now, whenever I come back, which is 2 or 3 times a year, invariably, I get lost. The city, in many ways, looks like a different city each time I come back here. I also find that when cities of this size and this location, you talk about cities up along the Lake Erie, up like Cleveland, for example, have struggled mightily, whereas this city has done nothing but, to my eye, in a very positive way, blossom.
And the framework is in place for Indy to continue that positive growth.
Well, we have something called the Indianapolis Regional Tourism Master Vision that's working on all sorts of things. Things like the Shining a Light in Monument Circle were one of the ideas that has evolved as a result of that process. Now the White River Master Vision is another area where we're looking 58 miles between Hamilton and Marion counties. And beaches, among other things, are coming to Indianapolis.
Visit Indy's top priority in 2020?
We want to get that expansion done. Once we get that expansion done and the Signia Hilton is finalized and Pan Am Plaza is done, there's all sorts of things that can happen in the future.
Mary Rachel Redmond, Inside Indiana Business.